Okay, great. Well, listen, I am super excited today. My name is Noble Mike Jamison, and I get the awesome opportunity to share with you some amazing information. But before I do so, let me pull up my screen here to make sure we're all clear on what we're going to see on today. And one of the things that I want to share with you before we get started is that I really come from humble beginnings. I mean, my background, that being an engineer, and I was one of those people that went in early and stayed late so I could get a few promotions, which I did. And I'm excited because at the ripe age of 24 years old, I was able to check off my very first financial milestone, which was to earn six figures in my career. But here's what I realized right away. Even though I was making six figures, it required so much of my time that my quality of life wasn't that great. And so that really what made me open to taking a look at a non-traditional way of earning money, thus my introduction into the home-based business industry in 2002. And it is often said that you'll have 1,000 defining moments in life, and 20 of those moments will radically change your life. And on March the 10th, 2002, I was introduced to the home-based business industry, which was so far outside my comfort zone. Remember, I was a programmer. I was your typical nerd. And so to see all these people looking good, smelling good, having success, it really stretched me. But I was very comfortable with being uncomfortable. And because of the decision I made to get started on March the 10th, 2002, on the decision I made to be committed to the process of learning, to the process of becoming better, after 5 years, July 17, 2007, I started making enough money where I no longer needed to be an engineer. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that to brag or be pompous. I'm saying that if it can happen for me, it can definitely happen for you. But more importantly, what I want to share with you today is that the information we're going to give you in today's presentation will allow you to accomplish what I accomplished, but in half the time. And I'm serious about that. And so the reason I'm so serious about that is because I personally believe that once you empower people with the information that we're going to share with you today, their life will never be the same, right? One of my mentors used to say all the time, once you've been stretched, your mind cannot go back to its original form. And so what I want to do today is talk to you about an amazing program called smartFinance, but I want to cue it up, okay? I want to cue it up by asking you a few questions. And if you're taking notes, I want you to write down yes or no. I'm going to ask you like 10 short questions, okay? And if any of these questions apply to you or anybody you know, I want you to put yes on your notepad. And the first one is, have you have no credit or less than perfect credit? Whether it's you or someone you know have no credit or less than perfect credit? Yes or no? Okay. What about have had an legal question and you didn't know who to call, right? You're not sure. You don't want to pay thousands of dollars just to get your question answered. Yes or no? Have you or someone you know had that come up? What about have you had a question about qualifying for home-based business deductions? Most people don't realize that the largest and best tax benefits of those who are business owners, but you got questions on whether or not you qualify for certain deductions. Here's another one that I love. How many people have ever gotten that dreadful letter from the IRS, right? And you're intimidated by it. You don't want to call, you don't want to go through that process by yourself. So just type yes or no if that applies to you or anybody you know. What about this one? Have a credit card, medical, or student loan debt, right? Who has a credit, student loan debt, or medical debt, right? You or somebody you know, right? Happens all the time. We understand that. Here's the other one. Number 6. What about know someone or yourself take prescription drugs? Right, just type yes. These are really simple. There's no trick questions, by the way. These are simple brain teasers, really to get you to open up your mind for what we're about to talk about. What about if you currently pay full price for shopping, dining, or travel? Right, you currently pay full price for shopping, dining, or travel. Yes or no? Okay. How about this? Got any furry friends? Got any furry friends that need medical assistance? Maybe they have some illnesses or take some type of medication. Yes or no? All right. How about this? does not have, maybe you or someone you know, does not have insurance, or perhaps they are underinsured. Okay, those are two separate things. Maybe they don't have insurance, but they are underinsured, right? Yes or no? No problem. And then finally, what if you or someone you know own a business or are looking forward to growing and expanding your business, right? So here's the point for asking you those 5 questions. If you check yes to one or more of those questions, then you are a perfect candidate for Smart Finance. Okay, here's how I want you to think about the Smart Finance program. The Smart Finance program means that as of today, you're going to have a team of resources in all of these different categories that's going to have your back, right? So when it comes to Save Pro, you're going to have the Save Pro team that's going to have your back. When it comes to credit restoration or increasing your profile, you're going to have that team that's going to have your back. When it comes to tax preparation and or deductions, guess what? You're going to have that team that's going to have your back. What about debt consolidation or elimination? Yes, you're going to have that team that's going to have your back. And it goes on to Health Pro, to Legal Pro, and then, of course, the final one is Business Pro. Why am I saying that? Okay, because one of my mentors told me a long time ago, he said, Mike, he said, wealth is a team sport. Nobody gets to the top without the help of others. And so today we want to empower you with your team that's going to have your best interest in mind. Now, let me share with you that these resources that are comprised of your new team are coming to you by the way of third-party companies, which we refer to as best-in-class partners, right? And so we put together this comprehensive program that I believe you will absolutely love. So let's take a closer look, okay? Save Pro, one of my favorite, by the way, because if you ever wanted a discount on travel, if you ever wanted a discount on dining, if you ever wanted a discount on experiences, then Save Pro is good for you, because I just got back from one of my friends getting married in Virginia. And of course, I could have just spent X number of dollars on the hotel stay in Richmond. We were staying at the DoubleTree, okay, in my particular case. And I booked the nights from Thursday through Saturday. And instead of paying $175 a night for my stay, I was able to use my Save Pro discount app and pay $145 per night, right? So you're looking at about $30 savings per night, which is amazing. Okay, you can take that money and do whatever it is. You can buy upgrade your meal for that matter. But here's what I love about the average person that just takes that one step, right? That applies that one point. The average family that applies that Save Pro savings app saves over $2,000 a year. Let that process for a minute. The average family, right? I want you to take us up on this, by the way. I want you to prove us wrong, right? By utilizing the savings app for eating and shopping and dining and entertainment. The average family that utilizes it saves about $2,000 a year. Statistically, it's amazing, okay? Now, here's the other part that I want to share with you. That's just one team. Now, let's talk about the other team. Remember, we talked about the folks that may have less than perfect credit or no credit at all, okay? Well, we have something for you. We have a artificial intelligence driven software that analyzes your profile to figure out if there's some mistakes. And one of the things that we have to educate people on, because a lot of times people think that credit restoration or credit repair or even credit monitoring is for people who have not done so well with balancing their checking and their balances, okay? But that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes there could be errors on your profile that you may not be aware of that's costing you more in deductibles when you turn on your utilities, or may have even cost someone a job because something erroneous is there that should not be there. And I just so happen to have a really good friend that's on the line today that I know for a fact has used a service such as ours to, get some things in line for herself and for her family out of the Shaker Heights, Ohio. And I'm going to bring her to the front of the call today to have her take 2 minutes and let us know how this credit restoration process has absolutely blessed her over the last, I don't know, 5 years or so. So Miss Angela Harrell, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear.
All right, fantastic. So, my story is that I didn't really know about credit. I mean, I know you had to have it, but how it worked, how the numbers, how they get to 800, 500, how that worked, I had no clue. And then so someone had scammed me and took my identity and took out a bunch of loans, and my credit was like in the 400s. Really, literally, it was like in the four. I need like people were like, you really they can get in the 400s. So it was like low 500, 400s. And I didn't know what to do. And so I signed up for a program, and it did the work for me, which that's what I loved about it, is that I could just put the information in and I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to think about what should I be disputing? What should I say? Because the program does that all for you. So you'll go through, put your information in, then it'll say, okay, we need to dispute these at this time. And then now we need to wait a couple months. And then, okay, now it's time to do it again, right? So it's a step-by-step process letting you know what to do. In addition to that, it gave you the education of, how to build your credit, like what you needed to do, when you need to pay something. So that was amazing too. So now, my credit is up in the high 700s, 800s. So I'm super excited about that. But that's really what it has done for me. It's really a game changer to where I've been able to utilize credit to be able to have investments. So I think I'm very thankful to that.
Also, I didn't know you could have a 400 neither, Angela. So you educated me on that. Hey, I need everybody to drop some fire in the chat for Angela Harrell, man, taking advantage of the information and taking action with that as well. Now, here's the cool part about this next team, right? This next team that you're going to have access to through your preferred membership is called Tax Pro, right? Listen, I don't know all the tax laws. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But what I do know that you can't write anything off in your name, and you can write a lot of things off in the name of business. And so with our Tax Pro, you get an opportunity to have, some previous year's tax returns evaluated and reviewed to see if there's extra savings that might have been lost. And more importantly, you can utilize this service right now to see what type of savings you can experience immediately, right, coming into your household in order to prepare you for next year as well. And so Tax Pro is amazing. I really love this part of the service. Hey, look, maybe you want to do some things with small business, which we're going to talk about here in a minute as well, that can be a huge value for you. But your tax team is amazing. Now, the next part is Debt Pro. Now, this one kind of is personal to me because when I first got out of college, I mean, I was like most broke college students, man. I used my credit cards because I was a starving college student. So by the time I graduated, I was in debt up to my ears and I didn't know what to do. And so what I understand now is that there's programs out there such as this that can do consolidation, that can allow you to reduce interest rates. And more importantly, you can literally enter your information into the system and you can literally see exactly when you're going to be debt free. Right? There's no question about it. And you can establish a plan. Hey, look, I'm going to pay this weekly. I'm going to pay this monthly. I'm going to pay this by a year. And by this date, I will be debt free. And most people need a plan because they say if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. And so this gives you the ability to create a solid plan to see your way through, okay, of becoming debt free. I promise you, it's a different feeling when you're debt free. And what most people don't realize that when people have this debt hanging over their head, and there's a difference between good debt and bad debt. That we're talking about the bad debt right now, the debt that people accumulate that doesn't produce a return, right? And so these are the things that we want to educate people on because in nowadays, the bad debt is the real slave to people because they spend a lifetime trying to get off and under it, right? And so we want to educate you, we want to empower you, we want to give you access to the things that can help you. And this is what that team is for. Now, another part that I love about this program, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull Miss Harrell back to the front of the call because she has a great story when it comes to Health Pro, right? Because we talked about the people that are uninsured, right? And we also talk to people that are underinsured, okay? But what I love most about Health Pro is that you get some different benefits. Not only can you get a health matching account, right, where one of our strategic partners will match your contribution dollar for dollar, which is amazing, okay? It also gives you access to a PPO network of over 4,000 primary hospitals and 600,000 board certified doctors in the program. This is your team, right? Which is absolutely amazing. So Ms. Harrell, I know you've been utilizing the Health Pro program through smartFinance as well. So why don't you take another minute or two and just share with them the value of this, because I know just in our conversation that there's needs that are not covered by your traditional coverages that you may have, and how this has benefited you and your family as well.
So definitely I'm using the HMA plan. And I'm gonna take some more looks because now they just sent me an email today saying that you can get your prescriptions for free. So I'm really gonna take a look at that a little bit later today and dive in to see if some of the medications that I'm taking are on that list. That would be awesome. But my traditional savings plan that I have at work, at the beginning of the year, you have to say, basically predict how sick you're going to be this year. So, that's a real thing because you have to tell them how much money do you want to put into your savings plan, at the beginning of the year. So you'll say, okay, take this amount out per paycheck, and then you have that amount per month. But what happens is if you're not that sick and you don't go to the doctor that much, or you don't, you predict like you're actually healthier than what your prediction was, come December, that money goes away. Like you just lose it. So if you have, like, it's been years that I look up and it's November and I have $2,000 still in my account, and I'm like, man, how am I going to spend $2,000 in just this short period of time? So everybody gets like Band-Aids and Tylenol or something for Christmas, I guess. But that's really the plan that I have at work. Well, what I really love about our HMA program is that you save the money and they match you. So, people say do the one at work because they take it out before taxes, but there is no match on the money. So when I put the money into our savings plan, they match us, almost dollar for dollar for that. And then it does not disappear. So that's what I really love. So it can, go year after year after year where maybe you don't have to use it, maybe you use it, right? But it's there for you. And I love that because now I don't have to worry about losing my money that I have saved for my health care. So I have to so some of you may be like me, like I have some health ailments. I don't mind telling people like I have MS. And so my prescriptions are very, very expensive. And so I have to make sure that I have something in place to be able to pay for that medical care. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat for the HMA program, man. It's super powerful. Again, we're looking to fill the void that has been identified in the marketplace. So whether you're underinsured or uninsured, this solution works extremely well for you. And this is what that team is all about, right? Now let's talk a little bit about Legal Pro. We're going to spend just a few seconds on this one because this is a scenario where you would rather have it and not need it, and need it and not have it, right? When it comes to having access to attorneys, right? Nobody wants to deal with legal situations, right? Because typically it means something has gone wrong, but not all the time. Because if you ever wanted to have a document reviewed or a contract reviewed, guess what? It's covered under the plan. As a matter of fact, if you ever just wanted personal legal consultation, guess what? It's covered under the plan. What about going to small claims court? You know what? We get assistance with that as well. We even give you a free last will and testament valued at up to $500 which is amazing. And so this is one of the programs that I think everybody can utilize right away, because every situation that you're in can potentially be a legal situation depending on how it goes. And it's covered under our benefit. Now, the last part, right? The last team that's a part of Smart Finance that we're going to share with you today is called Biz Pro. Right. And I love the fact that we put a bow on this part of the conversation. And that's because if you don't have some type of business right now, then right now is the time to have some type of business. And so what we're referring to you now to is an investment business. Why? Because there's so many discounts and deductibles that are available and that are extended to you because you are a business owner. In this particular case, you're going to be a retail investor is going to be your business. And so getting help with SEO and social media and all of those cool things, even business funding. One thing that I know that every small business owner needs or could utilize is business funding. Guess what? It's included in the plan. All you got to do is fill out the form, and our partners, strategic partners, will give you a call, ask you a few questions to see how much money you actually qualify for, which is amazing. Or perhaps you don't have a business. Maybe you want to get a business set up for the very first time. Maybe you want to set up that limited liability company, or maybe you want to set up that S Corp and you need help. Guess what? We got you covered. And the one thing I love about that is that building that smart finance team is the smart thing to do. We take all of the guessing out of the game. So when you establish that umbrella of protection with all of the things that's included in that program, you'll feel better about moving forward with what we're going to talk to you about today. And that is, these services are powered by iGenius, which is a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. Now, why is that important to you? The reason that's important to you today is because as of right now, we're doing business in over 120 countries. As of right now, we have our technology and strategies translated in over 8 different languages. As of right now, we're looking for people that are looking for us. And we know for a fact that people are looking for the right education that's really there to take them to the next level. And one of the things that we've already established as the AMG network is that we're never going to skip the education. We firmly believe in giving you more use value than cost value. Put that in your notes. We firmly believe in giving you more use value than cost value. And so what I'm saying is, it's easy and sexy to talk about money, results, and everything in between. However, where the real work is done is in the financial literacy, right? How is the money generated? How are you creating profits? That's where the real work is done. And we're not going to skip that step, because those who skip that step, let me tell you what happens to them. The money just doesn't flow to them. It flows through them right back to its rightful owner. And you've seen it happen time and time and time again. Think about the person that gets a great return on their taxes, whether it's $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, in a matter of months, it's gone. Right? It's gone. The money just didn't flow to them. It flew through them right back to its rightful owner, because they never got the knowledge on how to send the money out and have it come back multiplied. And so we spend time on the education of money in all different facets, whether it's digitally or whether it's live, because we know people learn in different ways. And so if you're a person that likes to travel, that likes to study at your own pace, then you can participate in our on-demand training per click, right? And go through the categories to understand how things work. Or maybe you like the live classroom setting and you will join a Learn Live session where the market experts are sharing with you exactly what they see on why they would and would not get into the market. It's amazing, okay? But maybe you are a person that says, you know what do I do right now? I don't know anything about investing, but I want to start putting money into the marketplaces. Well, you are the perfect candidate to utilize what we refer to as research and alerts. Put this in your notes. Research and alerts. Here's what it means. In all of the major markets, these almost 40 plus market experts are going to take their time, their energy, and analyze the different assets. And they're going to determine, do we get into the Forex marketplace or not? Do we get into the crypto marketplace or not? Do we get into the stock marketplace or not? And if we do, we're going to share with you as a community member the exact plays that we're running. So you don't have to guess. So when we give you the trade for gold, when it comes to a Forex commodity, we're going to let you know where to get in and where to get out. It's amazing. When we give you the trade for Bitcoin or Ethereum, one of the cryptocurrencies, we're going to let you know when to get in and when to get out. When we give you the trade for ProShares QQQ, guess what? You may not know anything about what we're talking about, but you know how to get in and get out because this is what we teach. Okay. So the idea is to share with you on day one how we can deliver solutions from Wall Street to Main Street, right? From the Wall Street to Main Street, which is your street, by the way. And this is the value that we bring. Now, one of the things I do know is that we deliver a solution that fits what we refer to as the bell curve, the majority of the people. However, there are some people out there that want to take a deep dive into the marketplaces and really go down these different rabbit holes to understand it to a whole new level. Well, we have these advanced traders called the alpha traders. Now, they are a part of our elite membership, which you'll see here in a few minutes. But what they do is they take a deep dive into the futures marketplace. They take a deep dive into the indices. So if you're interested in learning how to analyze the Dow Jones Industrial, if you're interested in learning how to break down the bullish and bearish trends of commodities, if you're interested in learning how these different cryptos go on these bull runs and bear runs, well, this is the technology and platform you want to utilize. It's an in-depth, very, very detailed for the astute person that wants to study on that level. Okay. Now, remember I talked about we look at best-in-class partners. We're not interested in creating the wheel, like recreating the wheel. No, we're going to create a community with best-in-class partners, right? That gives us and makes us the gold standard of the industry when it comes to delivering solutions. As a matter of fact, I just so happen to know that, and I'm 100% sure of this, that there's some people that's listening to this presentation today that says, you know what, Mike, everything sounds good, but I just don't have any time, right? I got a lot of irons in the fire. I got a lot of plates on my stove. As a matter of fact, the house is about to burn down. I just don't have time. But here's one thing I do know. If we can show you a way, you can potentially earn profits without time, would you still be interested? Of course you would. And so what I want to do is I want to pivot and I want to take you out to Sacramento, California, because I want you to hear a testimony from a real person with real results that was able to leverage, all right, was able to leverage one of our automated technologies to her benefit, right? And it's an amazing story. So give me a second. Let me do a quick sound check for Miss Debbie Minifield out of Sacramento, California.
Yes, yes, I am here.
Well, if you don't
Well,
mind, why don't you take a few minutes and share with the family today how you've been able to benefit from our automated services?
awesome, awesome. I love to share because it has just been one of the best services that I have been able to use, and I selected it because it was automated, and that I was able to still maintain control of my money. You know, being new into the automated trading platforms, I wasn't sure. You know, and you kind of have your eyebrow raised, but knowing that the money that I invested, I was always able to have control of that. So I was able to establish the account, fund the account, and then just, wait and just let the platform do its thing. It was able to capture a few great trades over the course of maybe 6 or 8 months. And at the time, we were purchasing a home and we needed more money towards our down payment. And I was able to utilize the proceeds or profits from that platform to add to what we had for our down payment on our home. And it's still running. It's still running. And so that was the best part, was that I didn't have to do anything but fund the account. And, you know, we say past performance is not indicative of any future returns, but it is one that is kind of a hands off, and it does its thing. So thank you. Thank you for asking.
I need everybody to drop some fire in the chat for Ms. Debbie Minifield hands-off results, which is amazing. We absolutely love to hear those stories and many, many more in our community. And so listen, here's what I want to do. I want to share with you right now, okay? I want to share with you right now the barrier of entry for establishing these teams, right? These people that are going to help you literally put overalls on your money. Remember, I said that wealth is a team sport, right? And this is no different. And so we have the ability to give you a chance to join the winning team. Okay. Tonight you have a chance to join the winning team. So first and foremost, if you just want to be a member of smartFinance, congratulations. That's an excellent decision. It's only $59 a month. Put that in your notes, by the way. It's only $59 a month. Now, the first month, there's a $199 activation fee, but every month after that, it's only $59. And you get all of the teams that we established you having access to in the very beginning of our talk. Now, the Smart Choice membership is only $149 a month. Put that in your notes, by the way. It's only $149 a month, okay? Now, there's a $299 activation fee for the first month, and then every month after that is $149. But here's what it does. It gives you all of the benefits of smartFinance, and you get a chance to choose which one of the trading technologies that you want to utilize. Hey, do I want smartFinance plus stocks? Do I want smartFinance plus crypto? Or do I want smartFinance plus the Forex marketplace? You decide, okay? Listen, we love the smartFinance plus stocks because it's easy to teach and people understand it very, very well. So anyway, that choice is yours. Now, next is the premium membership. Listen, put this in your notes. It's only $225 a month. Write it down, $225 a month. The activation is $799. All right. What does it do? It gives you all of the benefits of the smartFinance membership, but instead of you choosing one technology like you did with the choice, you get all three marketplaces. You get the Forex market, you get the crypto market, you get the stock market, all with that premium membership. It is amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you the most popular membership, which is the Elite membership. It's still only $225 a month to maintain access to that program. And guess what? The activation fee is only $16.99. You pay for it one time, you write it up on your taxes, and ladies and gentlemen, you got access to everything, okay? And including the automated services that you heard our preferred member, Ms. Debbie Minifield, talked about in her testimony. The Elite membership is the only membership that includes the automation, okay? That's why it's the most popular membership, because it gives you more use value than cost value, and you are grandfathered in to perpetuity for all of the benefits of the services. And so this is what we love to share with people, because we believe there's so much value in helping people understand, first of all, how to be smarter with their money by establishing these different teams. Okay. Second of all, how important it is to understand how money moves. Here's a fundamental belief that I'm going to close in today's call with, right? I personally believe, and I talk to our team about this all the time, that it doesn't matter where you are in the world, right? We believe that somebody in your household, whether it's the grandparent, parent, or child, needs to know how to invest. Why do I say that? Because I have no idea on what the necessary skills are going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now when my grandchildren are older. I have no idea. But here's what I do know. I can teach them the skill that we just went over at a high level tonight with you. And no matter where they are in the world, they will be able to utilize their smartphone device, iPad, laptop, or computer and pull money out of the marketplace, no matter what type of degree they have. So whether it's the grandparent, parent, or child, this skill set is a necessity, right? It is a necessity and must be taught. And we here at the AMG Network are going to do everything in our power to do just that. All right. So listen, if you are a guest on the line today, the first thing we want you to do is thank the person that invited you on, right? Let them know how appreciative you are that they thought enough of you to have you join, right? The second thing we want you to do is let them know tonight which membership you want to join on. Hey, are you going to be a smartFinance member? Are you going to be a choice, a premium, or elite? You decide, right? But let them know tonight. Okay, you've already prayed for the blessing. The blessing is here. We understand that. Okay, let them know tonight where you stand. And if you got questions, we're here. We're going to answer the questions for you so you can get a better idea of exactly what's about to take place. But let me share with you this. I know for a fact that my life is completely different now based off the decision I made 7 years ago to start taking advantage of advancing my financial literacy. You heard Ms. Minifield talk about my lifestyle in the very beginning, prior to being involved in this particular industry. I was that person, right? I was that person. Even though I had a great job, I was that person that sat in my kitchen and had a stack of bills waiting on the money to come in. That was me. I had a stack of bills waiting on the money to come in. You heard me talk about the debt that I had, right? But because I was able to give my money a job, so therefore I wasn't the only person working, right? Things are totally different now. Now I got a stack of money waiting on the bills to come in. And that's exactly what we want you to do as well. So listen, thank you so much for joining. We love you. Take care and take charge.